everybody, and welcome to another gunsmith discussion. I'm Valence, your host today, and we're actually going to be talking about one other gun that I've been requested by popular demand. Many of you guys who've seen my scout montage were asking, "Yo, Evie, what weapon did you use for your scout? Would you mind going over it?" Well, in my scout montage, I preferred to stick to the P90. The P90 is a amazing submachine gun, one of my favorites. Basically because it has a high-capacity magazine of 50 rounds right off the bat. Now, I've stripped the P90 down to its stock parts, and I'm going to walk through the entire build with you guys, and why I built it that way, and go over some different attachment stuff, and hopefully teach you guys how to make the perfect P90, at least in my eyes, right? So, you see here, I've stripped it down. Nothing's on it. This is the basic P90. Beautiful gun straight off the bat too. Don't worry about, saving up attachment points or anything. This thing is a beast right off the bat. But we're going to go ahead and take this thing and drop it in the firing range and shoot it. Now the P90 is a very small weapon, right? Really close quarters, built, for close quarters and crowd control. But it's very accurate and has a very, very high rate of fire. The P90 has a two-stage trigger right off the bat, which means you can shoot semi-automatic with one trigger pull, or you can hold it down for full auto, which is awesome to have. There's only a few guns in this game that do have the two-stage trigger, the P90 being one of them, and that's why I love it so much. You're actually able to shoot off single-fire rounds, at least most of the time, right? And then at the same time, you can hold down that same trigger for fully automatic fire. This is why I think I love the P90 so much, because it's so versatile straight off the bat. It's really maneuverable. You see how fast I'm able to move with it, in, out. I'm able to roll, shoot right off the bat. And it's also extremely accurate at longer distances too for a submachine gun. Now, we're not only going to make this accuracy a little better, we're also going to turn this into a close quarters stealth combat weapon. With my scout, I prefer to be invisible. And part of being invisible is using a silencer on my gun. Silencers, while they don't make you permanently invisible, do make a pretty big difference. So we'll talk about that when we talk about the muzzle attachment, but we're going to build the P90 into a more accurate, more maneuverable weapons platform that is built for stealth infiltration. So let's go ahead and get started here. Now the optics. Right off the bat, you have the iron sights, and the iron sights are decent. Now, many people have said, what about thermal? I don't really recommend thermal. It's very situational. You can see it's also a decision point. You get to pick a thermal or a high-powered 12 times optic system for your sniper rifles. Now, the thermal is great if people are using smoke grenades. However, if they aren't using smoke grenades, it's not really that useful. So I would also recommend, with your decision point, obviously picking the latter. You also have the tac scope. Now, many people like the tac scope for the extra range, or just because they like the sights of the tac scope, and that's okay. I just don't prefer the tac. The two I actually alternate between are the magnified HWS for some of those longer range maps, and the red dot. Most of the time I'm actually using the red dot. Even though it looks strange, doesn't have too much functionality, it increases the maneuverability, doesn't bump up the control, but increases the maneuverability, and it also is easy to acquire targets with and click in and out of. So I personally prefer the red dot on the P90, so we'll go ahead and drop that for the optics. Next we'll talk about the muzzle. Now, as I previously stated, this is built for a silenced weapon. I'm an infiltration guy. I like to get in behind enemies, slit their throats, mess with them a bit, stun gun them. If you guys have seen my montage, you know that. So the compensator, while nice, does decrease recoil and muzzle climb. You can see if I take it in the firing range here, it's going to help a little bit, but not much. So if you're one of the people who just like the compensator, feel free to take it. It's not going to really alternate too much. You're not going to lose too much infiltration. But I actually personally prefer the suppressor. While this does reduce power and range, it also hides muzzle flash, and you'd be surprised how well that's how effective it is, when you're messing around with other players. Side rail, again, pretty simple. I always go aiming laser just because it increases control. Some people go ORT scanner, but I picked a different decision point, because if you're using a submachine gun, you really aren't going to be scanning people to your teammates, so aiming laser is the way to go. The gas system. Again, you saw it's really bursty in the sense of it kind of shoots in a little circular pattern. You have a few straight bullets going off left and right. Now, I prefer the undergas just because it already has a very high rate of fire, about 950 RPM, right? And the undergas bumps up control and decreases that just a little bit, and it's really not going to hurt you too bad. Next is a magazine. You really don't have too many options. You just have the standard mag, and then 36 you have the armor-piercing ammo. So standard magazine's the way to go. Upgrade it to armor-piercing later. Now, the trigger is one of the most important pieces of the P90. It comes pre-built with this two-stage trigger, and as I discussed in the firing range, I really do prefer the two-stage trigger. However, they also have semi-auto and full auto. Now, if you really aren't that big of a fan of the two-stage trigger, upgrade to the full auto. The semi-auto is not going to do you too much with the P90, in my opinion, because you might as well just take the two-stage. I just think the two-stage trigger is the best platform to go on because you get both of the other options so long as you learn how to work it properly, and it's not going to kill anything on your gun too bad. Now, for paint, just pick whatever you want. You know, there's plenty of paints to choose from. If you guys haven't seen, I mean, you can go forever with these paint styles. Now, I personally prefer the Penny Arcade pre-order. It's a pre-order bonus item, but it's just Penny Arcade. Got that little guy with the top hat there, you know, and you'll see that on all my guns. But paint's whatever your choice is. And now you see we have completed the P90 build. Power and range are about around 40%, and then controls up in the 75% range with maneuverability in the higher 60s. So this gun is definitely very versatile, very easy to maneuver with. This is the build that I do use in all of my scout montage videos. So this is what you will see in my scout montage videos unless I'm sniping. The P90 is a fantastic weapon. Now you'll see here that I now have the aiming laser, and almost all of my bullets are hitting target with a few 2-3 strays and the 50-round clip bouncing out. It's much more accurate at longer distances as well, so long as you burst fire it or single shot it. And with the red dot, you can tell it's much easier to acquire targets, bounce out, bounce in, much easier to acquire targets and maneuver with. You'll notice that I'm also able to turn a lot quicker with this gun, bring it up a lot quicker. That's because the maneuverability is so high. And the maneuverability honestly helps so much with this gun. And that's why I love the P90, to be quite frankly, is the maneuverability. It's easy to move with, easy to run with, full auto, 50-round clip. The only thing I don't like is I do run out of ammo pretty fast with this gun, but most of the time I'll be playing with my clan, and when I'm playing with my clan, it's not too big of a deal, you know. We just kind of do whatever, and most of our riflemen have ammo boxes, right? So it's not going to kill you too bad. You'll be able to restock. Especially if you're playing conflict, it's not going to kill you. So that is my P90 build, everybody. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, please be sure to check out some of my other Ghost Recon videos. I have 2 Let's Play multiplayer episodes up, another gun guide like this for the Mark 14, the MK14 rifleman gun, and then I also have a scout montage which has this current build in it with the scout montage, and I also have a few other quick guides to different modes of Ghost Recon, so please feel free to check those out. And also, if you have a weapon that you would like to see me customize, whether it be a sidearm or a submachine gun or a light machine gun or, you know, a sniper rifle or whatever, please feel free to drop a comment on this video or any of my other gunsmith videos, and I'll be happy to kind of walk through and tell you what I think about the gun. I'll test it in the firing range for you, and we'll also talk about attachments and what I would personally build for that gun. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I appreciate anything you guys can do to help me. In order to keep making these videos, I do need to have people watching them, you know, so I get a little something so I can upgrade my equipment and everything like that. So please share this video if you enjoyed it. Also liking helps a ton, and subscribe if you enjoy these, because I do about my goal is to do a video every 2 days, and lately I've been exceeding that goal by plenty. So anyway, guys, again, last time I promise, I always go on and on and on with these endings. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to check out my other stuff, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Valence out.